Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So apparently we are going to get more than one Activision collection. Not a big surprise, but it's actually in the press announcement. It says they're the first of three collections due for release between 2025 and 2026. So we are definitely going to get two more Activision collections in 2026. So in this video, what I'm going to be doing is looking at the games that we probably will get. Obviously, I'm guessing a little bit, but I think some of them will be fairly obvious from the Activision 2600 range for sure that we will get. Will we see anything out with that? Hard to actually say. But let's have a look at some of their games, or their notable games list from Wikipedia. So if we look at the stuff from 1980s, obviously you'll recognise some of these games. This isn't a full list. This is really just some notable games that's from their back catalogue. Obviously you get Pitfall, River Raid, Chopper Command, Kaboom, Keystone Capers, Hero, and lots of other things. Interestingly, I've seen the Last Ninja series listed at the bottom here. I didn't realise that they were publishers for this game. Not sure if it was in all the formats that it was released, but that certainly is quite interesting. Perhaps it'll be possible that we could see that at some point. I know Blaze did make an offer for that, but I don't think it was. I don't think the money was right. But anyway, there's also some other notable things here from the 1990s, such as Quake, for example. There's the Tony Hawk series as well, which I don't know, is that likely to ever come to Evercade, the PlayStation versions that is? I'm sure there's a lot of implications to some of these things. Obviously, Activision probably published these, but there's maybe a lot more implications to the licensing that might hit a few stumbling blocks. Sorry. So obviously there's the Call of Duty series, but I don't think the Call of Duty series didn't really kick off to the PlayStation 2 era or Xbox 360 era, so I don't necessarily think we'll see any of those games. The same with the Wolfenstein series and Doom 3, for example, and a few other things. There is some interesting stuff there, like the Crash Bandicoot series and the Spyro the Dragon series. Obviously, these were originally exclusively for Sony, but obviously we have seen some collections on various different formats over the last few years on the sort of modern formats. Are they even likely? Who knows? That they would certainly make for a nice collection with the sort of Crash Bandicoot series and the Spyro the Dragon series. They are really good games and would be welcome. Obviously, with that, I think Microsoft obviously own a lot of this as well. As the parent company. So in a later video we'll probably look at some of the other things that we could see from Microsoft. I think there could be potential for a Doom collection finally on Evercade, amongst a few other things, even like Quake, for example. But yeah, I think that one has become a real possibility for 2026. Anyway, guys, what I'm going to do now is play through some of the 2600 Activision games that I'm pretty sure we'll see as part of Collection 2 and 3 on Evercade in 2026. So realistically, I hope we don't see Decathlon on Evercade, because you had to waggle the joystick left and right to build momentum in a lot of the events. And obviously on Evercade that doesn't really work because we don't have joystick, we have D-pads. Although, you know what Blaze are like, I'm pretty sure they'll choose this nonetheless, because we have got games like this from the C64 collections that you had to sort of waggle the D-pad a few times, and waggling a D-pad doesn't work. So who knows, will we see it, will we not? I hope not, but, you know, I'm pretty sure we will. Now, this is also a game I'm not really sure we'll see on Evercade. This is Kaboom, which most likely, I'm suspecting, used the paddles to control the movement and collecting these bombs before they explode at the bottom. I hope we don't see this, because I think in the past some of the games that were paddle friendly, such as Pong, Super Breakout, they still don't really work that well on the Evercade systems. Now, they have made improvements over the years, but I still don't think they work that great, and the controls are a bit sensitive and it just doesn't work. So I think it's very likely that we're going to see Pitfall 2 on Evercade. This seems like a very different game. Obviously, graphically, it does seem similar, but I have to be honest, it's one of those games I've never actually played. I did play the original, but the second one, I've no idea, and I can't seem to get past this screen. So if you've played this game before, let me know. How the heck do you get past that screen? I'm totally stumped. I'm sure there's something I'm missing here, but I had to turn off the sound on this one because something just wasn't right with the emulation. Not sure if that's how it was, or it was emulating badly. Okay guys, so that's our look at some 2600 Activision games that we'll probably see on Evercade in 2026. I don't think we'll wait too long for more collections. I'm pretty sure we'll see these early part of the year. But anyway, let me know, what are your thoughts? What games do you think we'll see? What other stuff outside 2600 games will we see? It's hard to say at this point, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Blaze can come up with next. Anyway guys, thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.